David Townsend here. Thanks for plugging into this week's broadcast. And today I want to talk to you about getting out of your comfort zone. In this business, you're going to get out of your comfort zone. And for a lot of us, we don't like that. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. It's probably one of the hardest things for us to do is to push out of that comfort zone. But I have to tell you something. Your comfort zone is equal to your success zone. And your willingness to push yourself out of that comfort zone is really going to decide how far you go. Not even in just World Ventures, but in pretty much anything out there in life. We have got to be willing to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. And let's just take the business, for instance. When you get in the business, you're going to have to start to stretch yourself. Maybe you're brand new, and I'm just telling you this right now before you even get out there. Some of you have already figured this out, but if you're doing this business, it is uncomfortable. I remember when I first started and I hadn't done any of this before. I mean, almost every one of us were brand new to the industry. We're brand new to World Ventures. So we don't know this stuff beforehand. So anytime you start anything in life that you've never done before, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You go through this period of time where you realize that you're not good at something. So it could be starting a new musical instrument and playing the saxophone. I would for a while realize I sucked at playing the saxophone, and I would have to get over that and learn how to do it. And at the time, I wouldn't be very good. Or I could take on snowboarding, and I am terrible at snowboarding. I would fall on my face for days on end before I got better, and for a while, I would have to be bad at it. But the thing about it is, like with snowboarding, you watch people on TV, right? You watch people on TV, you watch the X Games, you're watching these dudes like do the half pipe. They're doing all these crazy things down the mountain, flips, backflips, spins, whatever. They're killing it, and it looks easy, doesn't it? It looks like I could just get on my snowboard and just tear it up just like any of these dudes. But then you get on the snowboard and you start going down the mountain and you look halfway crazy and you're going to fall over. You don't know what you're doing. It's a total mess. By the end of the day, your butt's soaking wet because you've been falling on it all day long. You're freezing cold. You're probably super sore. You might have hurt yourself a little bit or a lot of it. All right, and it doesn't feel good up front. And right there is when most people quit everything. Okay, so there's a process that you have to go through to become competent at something. Okay, and right when you first start, something like when you're watching somebody, if you want to be a snowboarder, when you're watching something on the TV doing it, you are right then and there, you are unconsciously incompetent, which just means that you don't know that you don't know. You don't know that you're bad at it yet. And then you get on the snowboard and you go down the mountain yourself, and when you do that and you fall on your face all day, you quickly go from being unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent, which means that now you know you suck and you're not good at it. You're bad at it. And at that point, that's when almost everyone quits every single thing they do, is in that phase right there. I'm telling you, it's the quitter zone. In World Ventures, you are watching it happen. People sign up every day. They sign up in this business. They get involved with the Rat Pack. And they get excited about this thing, and they're looking at all the other people. They're looking at the leaders. They're looking at Nick Greco killing this thing, the Wabangas, Taylor Holland. They're looking at Dan Hoyt killing it. They're looking at the Rosenfelders. They're looking at whoever it is, Jason Nevin, Colin Stevie, and they're going, "Oh my gosh, this is easy. Look at all these people who are doing so well. I could do this." And then they sign up, and then right off the bat, something happens, and they get smacked. You know, maybe their best friend tells them no, or their broke Uncle Larry tells them it's a pyramid scheme, or their first travel party, no one shows up. Whatever it is, something happens, and right then and there they realize, man, this might be a little bit harder than I thought. And that's when they quit. The average person quits in that phase. What you do in that moment means everything. And at that moment, what you've got to decide to do is get out of your comfort zone and push yourself outside of it. You've got to push yourself outside of that comfort zone. The only way to get better at anything you ever do in life is to push yourself out of that comfort zone. And the only reason why you're watching guys like Lorenzo and me and Brian and Sarah Brown and a bunch of us winning at a high level, and then you got people like Scott Ross, Byron Schrag, who's coming out to Denver pretty soon. The only reason why they're winning at the level that they're winning at is because they were willing to not quit. They were willing to not be a little bit of a punk at that point and give in when they got a little bit scared or when things got hard. If you want to be a champion, you got to step up and you've got to get out of your comfort zone and do something. It does not feel good doing your first presentation. I'm just going to tell you, it is uncomfortable to make your first invite phone call. It's uncomfortable to make a bunch of your invite phone calls. It's not natural, okay? It's uncomfortable to do your first presentation. I'm pretty sure I drooled on myself the first time I did a presentation. But you know what? I did it. And that's all that matters. You know what's uncomfortable? When you're in Starbucks and you see somebody sharp in line next to you and your heart and everything in you is going, you need to meet this person. You need to say hi. At that moment, it's uncomfortable. What you do in those little moments will decide your future. I'm telling you right now, you guys, what you do in those little moments when you're scared, when you're uncomfortable, whether you decide to push outside of your comfort zone or stay within it, decides your entire future. Tony Robbins says it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. And it's the little things. How you do anything is how you do everything. So how do you show up on a daily basis? What are you doing right now? I mean, if I got to watch you, seriously, what are you doing every day? When was the last time you got out of your comfort zone? When was the last time you had something make you a little bit nervous inside and you pushed through it and you did it anyways just because you had to? And here's what I want you to do. I want to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone, not just to succeed, but to just get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes I'll recruit people, not just to get their name and number, but just to say that I did it because I wanted to create the habit. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I couldn't care less if that person likes me, if that person gives me their name and number, if they tell me you're a crazy person. I don't really care, because all I really care about is the fact that I actually reached out to them, because that right there was me getting out of my comfort zone, and that was a win. So I couldn't care less what they do from there. If you can live like that all the time and push yourself out of your comfort zone, I'm telling you, things will get easy over time. That's how people become pros. See, I just told you, you go from unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent, which just means, again, now you know you're not good at it. But then, if you'll push yourself through and get out of your comfort zone a whole bunch, you can move from consciously incompetent to consciously competent, which just means now you actually are getting better. You're competent at it. You know what you're doing. So you do your first your travel party, you do a presentation. You're not that good at it. You do your second, your third, your fourth presentation, and you're starting to actually get decent at it. You might have to really think about it, and you have to consciously really work hard and focus on what you're saying to do a good presentation, but you're getting better and you're consciously competent now. You've made a bunch of invite calls. You're still kind of nervous. You're still not that great at it, but you're a whole lot better than what you did when you started. Now you're becoming consciously competent. You're doing travel parties for your own team. You're doing three-way calls, those things, but you have to work really hard and focus and consciously think about it in order to be good. And then at one point, if you do this thing long enough, I promise you, over a process, it might be a couple years, I don't know what it is for you, but to become a pro. If you want to be a pro at this thing, if you want to be Julio Acosta, if you want to be like Eric Grabowski, if you want to be like some of the top guys in the company, you go from consciously competent to unconsciously competent, which means that you don't even have to think about it. You could almost be sleeping on autopilot, and it just happens because you did it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And you created the habit for so long. You got out of your comfort zone for so many times that it was just like you could do it in your sleep. If you want to be great, that's what you got to get to. We get paid in public for what we do in private. So what are you doing on a daily basis to get out of your comfort zone and step up? When was the last time you did something? Are you doing your own presentations? Are you making invite calls? Did you say hi to the person who looked sharp at Starbucks today? Those are the little things that you're doing over time will decide where you go in this thing. So it's time to step up, make a decision that you're going to get out of your comfort zone. Go do something right now. Go do something right now that will challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone and challenge everybody around you. And when that happens, what gets to take place at that point is everyone around you is going to start respecting you. And you're going to start to see success happen. And it's going to start to grow you. I get it. You're going to have to step up. It's not easy. But when you do it, people will respect you around you. And you're going to start to live that life you've always really wanted because you were the one who stepped up when everybody else got scared. I'm proud of every one of you. Step up. Let's get this thing going. You guys have a great day. God bless you.